Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval. Today we'll be reviewing the British battleship Canada, one of the current event ships that you can earn for the current event right now. But before that, today's update day, and there's three major things that came out in the game. First, we have a new sister ship, that being for the British cruiser Belfast. I've renamed her Manchester, and it's actually a really nice looking camo, and I might play her more often than I have before. I didn't really play her that much, but this camo is really nice. I even like the mast, how I have the alternating black and white. That's really, really nice. The second thing is we now have the Japanese battleship Azumi, or as I have renamed her, Hiraga. She is now released for playing. I've played one game with her, and I was actually extremely impressed. My first game gave me a 323,000 damage game. Actually, I'm pretty sure I can show you the stats here. That's Manchester, Hiraga. 323,000 damage. So you can just see the damages here. She is a extremely good sniper ship. So exactly how I predicted her, or how I should say that she was going to be classified as when her information came out. And it seems to be pretty clear at this point that she's working as she was intended to be. And then one last thing, the American carrier Robin has been released. Now she's a free XP ship. Considering she's a carrier, I'm not too pressured into purchasing her just yet. It'll take me a few days or so. Um, but yeah, so there's actually two ways to purchase her. If you already have the British carrier Victorious, you can purchase her for 450,000 free XP. However, if you do not have the British carrier Victorious, it's going to cost you 600,000 free XP. So you get a little bit of a coupon pack if you already have the British carrier. If not, I mean, you don't have to buy it. It's just going to take you a little bit longer to earn her. As I said, she's a carrier. I'm not a big carrier person, so I'm okay with not having her immediately. It might take me some time to get her. And we have plenty of other videos and ships to review in the meantime. One of those is Canada, which is, as mentioned earlier, one of the event ships that you can get for the Duel of the Ages event that's currently ongoing for about another week or so. This ship is a mix of a lot of things, actually. She has the layout and armor of an Iron Duke. She has the firepower of a New York. And she has the speed of a Congo when she has her speed boost. She is technically classified in game, or she has a playstyle that is of a battle cruiser, honestly. She's at, what tier is this? 5.0 shows she's matched up with Tiger. However, I do feel like Canada's a lot better, and let me explain why. So, first we have 54,800 health, 25% torpedo damage resistance. Armor is questionable. You have a little bit about 9 inches on the belt and max of 12 inches, probably on the turret faces and barbettes. Though your armor may seem kind of thin, but I haven't had any problems with it at all. I don't think I've been able to citadel any side of Canada when I've either been shot at or have been doing the shooting. But that may change. What else we have? Guns. We have 14-inch guns on her. So as mentioned, she has the same kind of firepower as New York with 5 twin 14-inch guns, whereas Iron Duke only gets 13.3s. So there's an increase in firepower there. Her explosive shells are really good, 30% chance of fire, so a good chance of setting fires. That's pretty explanatory. Gun ranges, 16.1 kilometers on the main guns and 4.5 kilometers on the secondaries. Your secondaries are going to do absolutely nothing at this tier. Just accept that at this point. And then speed is 22.8 knots base, which is pretty slow. But with speed boost, you can get her up pretty good. With my speed buffs and speed boost applied, I can get her up to 28 knots or so. So that's pretty good. Anti-aircraft defense, practically nothing, but that's also a common theme with British battle cruisers, or at least at low and mid tiers. So I'm not too surprised about that. But the ship itself is pretty nice. I have no complaints about her overall. She seems to be a pretty balanced ship. So let's toss her into the game and see what we can do. Alright, and here ourselves the game. We have a Koenig, 2 Congos, a Canada, and 3 destroyers, 2 Mutskis, and Electra. So no carriers and no cruisers, which is completely fine. Though this ship would be a pretty decent cruiser hunter considering her speed and firepower, but she also has enough firepower to take on battleships with ease. Maybe not the armor per se, but definitely the armament. Okay, so let's start moving. You know what? We always go on the left. Let's go on the right this time. Though we're better suited to go on the left. Heck with it. Let's go. Yeah, so I don't have many skills applied to her just yet, so this is still pretty much just base ship plus whatever buffs that I already have for ornaments and such. But the ship itself is still pretty much stock. You can see the gun angles of the 4 turrets is there. And then if you want to include the middle one, your angle is going to be something like that, which will bounce a lot of shells, maybe on the broadside astern, but anywhere from the bow towards amidships, you're going to take major damage. And even then, you still might take damage past that. It's a pretty strong angle to be given the enemy team. Alright, so I do have her up to 28.3 knots, but we're still not in range just yet. And honestly, I think that Koenig is the most dangerous ship. But we're going to wait to... Well, we're going to try and stay at range as best we can. Maybe send some shells towards this Mitsuki. Let's see. Actually, that looks pretty good. I will definitely take that. Also, if you see, we destroyed a main battery. Mutsuki only comes with 2 guns, so we just eliminated 50% of her gun firepower in one shot. Secondaries are opening up. I don't expect them to do much. But my main guns are reloaded, and they will definitely do something. Only 3 hits. That's actually surprising. But none of these destroyers need a lot more, so my secondaries should be able to take care of them, honestly. Considering they actually hit. Alright, there's one. Let's see if we can get some fires on this Congo. That's a really good shot for armor piercing, but I actually don't have that loaded yet. But 2 fires will definitely do. Secondaries actually took out the second destroyer as well. So if you can get them down low enough, your secondaries can be useful. Speed boost is back up. Let's see, can we add a 3rd destroyer to our kill list? Two fires, 3 hits. Not enough to sink her, but it'll definitely do quite a bit of damage. And if someone else shoots her, we may still be able to get her with the fires. Or she could just be one-shotted by the Congo. That works too. Alright, so let's see. Can we get some fires on this Koenig? And we're going to switch over to armor piercing at this point. 1 fire. Oh, did we just... We just destroyed a main battery gun with high explosive. Interesting. Alright, so fully broadside Canada. Armor piercing loads in 4 seconds. Let's see what we can do against her broadside. At 5.5 kilometers. Almost 24,000 damage, which is, not gonna lie, that's quite a bit. But no citadels. Alright, another salvo is ready. You also have the battle cruiser super heal, so that does really help you at this tier to get some of the health that you've lost. Alright, secondaries are trying to do damage. Actually, they just did do damage. Awesome. And then we have two Congos, and they don't have very strong belt armor, but they were actually able to survive better than Canada. Mainly because they're just overpenned, honestly. But if you're going to keep giving me broadside, I will gladly take some more free broadside shots. Alright, we need to save our destroyers from this Congo, because it looks like we're about to be the last one on our team. Which is fine with me. Alright, speed boost activated. Let's go have some fun. Since it's now 1v4. About to be 1v3. There we go. And let's see if we can pick off some other stragglers. Now I do have armor piercing loaded, but I'm thinking about switching to high explosive, considering all these enemy battleships are going to be heading towards the base. And if they do that, I won't have a really good angle to shoot them with. And I almost sank that Canada, but it wasn't enough. But are they all? Well, they all are turning for me. Canada has their super heal activated. That's a lot of 14-inch guns looking my way. I can't afford to let you heal. Please sink. 4 pens, 3 shatters, but we did get a fire. Armor piercing would have been better in that situation, but I thought they were going to keep heading towards the base instead of turning back. And I'm giving a lot of broadside actually right now. But let's see if it'll pay off. Good, we got one down. That's a lot of damage, that hurts. So we're going to fire this last salvo and switch back to armor piercing. We did get a fire, that definitely helps. Alright, so let's get up a little bit close and personal. Can we get some citadels? Hey, we got one citadel. And they decided to sink their own ship. I will definitely take that, because that means I can use all my rear turrets for you and miss with half my shots and no citadels. Alright, cool. Okay, so I'm going to stay broadside, which doesn't help me at all, but I'm just going to keep overpenning you apparently. At least I did get a fire with my secondary, so that will do a little bit of damage over time. Alright, how about there? Better. This feels very ancient. It feels like we're sailing ships to the line, sailing broadside until one of us puts in us holes in the other one to sink, which is kind of what happened. Finally got a citadel at the end, and to sink the Congo. Let's see how we did. 213,000 damage, 5 ships sunk, 118 shell hits, 2 citadels, 13 fires, 2 modules destroyed, 48 secondary hits for 5,600 base XP, 41,000 damage in high explosive, 123,000 damage in armor piercing. Fires did 33,500 damage. Secondary battery almost did 15,000 damage. So against destroyers and to an extent battleships, I mean against set fires, it was actually pretty decent. So this ship is actually really good, though besides that, there's nothing really special about her, nothing that makes her overpowered, just a really strong, balanced ship. With that, I will wrap up today's video. If you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and join me tomorrow while we go over the final event that you can currently get, that being Garibaldi, the second Italian cruiser in the game. So again, thank you, and take care.